Well, hello everybody. How are you today? It's Sharon here from the blog I Restore Stuff. You can find me over on my Facebook page, I Restore Stuff, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, any of those things. I love to upcycle furniture and do a bit of DIY, making home decor. So thanks so much for joining me today here on Essential Stencils page. And just going to look for our live here, making sure I'm on the right. Just got my laptop down here because it's easier to see the comments than on. So bear with me so I can pull it up and be able to see you all. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Where are you watching from? Oh, now I can see comments on my phone. Well, that's new. Hi, Kim. Good to see you here. Hi, Deb, Connie. Two Debs today. Denise. That's awesome. Yep, you can see some comments, more here than there. It's all good. How are you all? So we're doing a project this morning. I mentioned it the other week. Now I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was doing another vertical sign. So just remember that any of the links for the stencils that I'm using today will be in that description of the live. So I've got the welcome vertical sign, which I've already completed because that's not a part of my live today. I'm going to show you some things to do with the icon stencils, and you could also do these with the sports icon stencils. So hey guys, thanks so much for letting me know where you're tuning in from. So we're going to be using I'm going to be using the seasonal stencils, but this is an idea you could use with both the sports stencils that I showed you just there, and these are the seasonal stencils. I don't know if you can see that. I've flipped my phone around to see the words properly. All right, I would love you to share this video. If you have any DIY friends or anything, I'm just going to pop down here on my laptop and share it to my page, which is Restore Stuff. If you've just joined, my name is Sharon and I'm from Australia. So it's nice and sunny. We can see the sun coming down in the room here right now. I'm usually chasing it around, so I'm just going to pop that on my page and my free group that I have, I Restore Stuff, you can too. I love to share that there. So yep, sprinkle the love, that would be amazing. And just let me know in the comments if you've done so. You can just do that easily by hitting that little share button, and there it is. And once you've done that, it pops you straight back here in the live so you don't miss anything. Hey Kelly, how are you? Hi Ellen. Frankie's here. Awesome. Lana, good evening. Yeah, on the other side of the world, you're all... So it's your evening and it's my morning. It's about 10 a.m. right here in I'm in Queensland, Brisbane area, so I'm south of Brisbane, the capital city of Queensland, the state, right here in Australia. Hi, from Louisiana. Now, I did live in Louisiana, right there in Baton Rouge, actually Baker, Louisiana, for a couple of years. When my husband's from America, so when we were first married, we lived over there for a little while. So last week, if you caught my live last week, I did some fun 4th of July decor ideas, so go back and check that one out. So a lot of people thought that was funny that an Aussie was doing American 4th of July decor ideas, but hey, we've got some American family, so we do celebrate some of the holidays here just for fun. I mean, of course, we have to work on 4th of July if it's not a weekend, but anyway, today I am going to be featuring this welcome vertical porch sign here, and using the seasonal icons, or you could do this idea with the sports icons. So I've got links for both of those up in the comments, and if you use my links and use my code I Restore Stuff, you get 10% off all of your essential stencils. No matter what you get, no matter what you fill your cart with, you will get that 10% off. Oh, lots of different weather reports from all over. Oh, Kim's from Baker, Louisiana. That's so cool. Hey, Kim. Yeah, we lived there, went to Bethany Church that was on Plank Road, right there. So that's interesting. All right, so what I'm going to do, what we do with these icons, and there are so many different uses. I'll get you some more ideas here while we're chatting here on the live. But what we're going to do is we were trying to talk think about ways that you can change and replace the O. For example, with the seasonal icons, let's just have a look at them for a start. If you don't have these already in your set, how many is there? 12. 12, so you can change one out for every month of the year. I'll use my black cardboard that comes in the set so you can have a little look at them. We've got the pineapple, so obviously that would be for one of your, probably your summer months or your spring months. So we'll go through all 12 of them here. So you can, if you've missed the first bit, you can catch the replay. There's the sun for beautiful summer. We've got some winter icons there for the snowy months. It doesn't even snow. Where I am in Queensland, hang on if I got this around the right way. I can't tell by looking at the camera. We've got the 4th of July star there, so obviously you'd put that one up for July. So what you would do with these is you would replace the O in your welcome porch sign each season. But I'm going to show you how to do that because you don't want to be just replacing it there and then have to sand it back, paint it again. So we're going to make a way that you can change these up each season, and I'll show you that in just a second. So we've got the 4-leaf clover, which would that be March, St. Patrick's Day? And there is the autumn leaf there for your fall seasons, whenever that starts for you. So no matter what part of the world you live in, you could probably use all of these. You may have to change your 4th of July one though. We've got the Christmassy icons for December. And when would you use this one? February, yeah, Valentine's Day. Here's another one with holly. So I don't know, you could use this one maybe for November, right before you get into the December Christmas tree one. There is a pumpkin for fall. So like I said, there's 12 of these icons that you can use. And guys, they're not just for replacing the O in the welcome sign. Here's a sunflower. Check that one out. So if you missed that before, I was saying how we're going to do this. We're going to make them replace that O in our vertical sign. I wish I could just prop this up just a little bit more so you can see. I might do that. Let me just grab my piano stool over here, bring that in. So I can pop that up, see if that helps. And then you can actually see the O better. You may not see the top part of the sign, but you'll be able to see the O and where we're going to replace that here. And or you could just leave it with the O in it if you wanted to. So we're going to show you how to change that up. I think I've shown you almost every one. Last one is a little rabbit right there for Easter. So there are the 12 different signs, and the measurements on those, they're 9 by 7, the actual stencil measurements themselves. That's right, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, 9 by 7 is the actual measurement of this. So you would want your board to be around about that much. So I'm making these on boards. So what we're going to do is stencil some of these. I won't do all 12 of them today, don't worry. You don't have to do that. You'll get the idea though. We're going to make these little boards, and I'll show you a way that we can attach these so that we can change them up for each season. Alrighty? And there are so many other fun ideas that you could do with these. Here's one of them with these seasonal icons. And again, like I said, there's the sports pack there as well, and that comes with, you've got your baseball, basketball, football, soccer ball, and baseball bats, or softball bats if you play softball. All right, so there's all of those. Some other ideas that I had, all right, for these, imagine for the classroom, for all you teachers out there, or even for your kids' rooms or whatever. I just bought this sketch pad. It's just black sketch pad. Or you could get any color that you want and tear out the pages in this and use these as decor. You could put it in a picture frame or stencil on, you know, the gorgeous white on black kind of silhouette look. Or you could get white pages and paint black on there, or any colors you like. Yeah, changing them out for the holidays. Now, imagine a whole banner of bunnies for Easter. So look how many pages there are. Tear them all out. Do a whole bunch of little rabbits for that season. Hang them all up in a classroom or in a bedroom, and you've got yourself some bunting. So there's another idea for you. I also found these are really thick boards, and they are just things that you could put inside a picture frame. And you can use the same thing, adding your icon pictures, creating a gorgeous banner or picture frame, and then you can put those aside, these boards, and change them up for each season. So it's a really great way to change up a classroom by creating bunting with them, all of those kinds of things. I'm sure if you've got another idea, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas for using these seasonal icons right there. I missed Michelle's comment. Just started doing porch boards and have wondered how to do one where I could change the picture out. Absolutely, well, I'm going to show you that right here today. And this is just one idea. We had a few ideas pouring out when I did the other porch sign a few weeks ago. So let me just tip the camera. What I've done is I've actually just had these boards, and they're the perfect size. I've drilled some holes in here. I'll show you how to do that in a minute because I've only drilled holes in one. I haven't drilled holes in the other. But I have these little, they're just plywood boards, just really thin ply, very thin. And you're going to ask me how thin. I don't even know. See, I talk in millimeters when it's that thin. So it's only about 2 or 3 millimeters wide. So I've just painted one side of it, and I tried to match my color, but I don't have the exact color in here. What we're going to do is hang it from here so that we can change them out, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But first, let's get to stenciling, and if you're new to stenciling, let me know in the comments. Don't forget that at the end of our live, we will be choosing 3 random winners to win some Essential Stencil products. So there's that to look forward to. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm just going to pick a couple of icons here. I'll use the pineapple. How about we do that one first? I'll pop you down here. Yeah, thank you. As someone just said, I like how you did plaid on some of the letters on my welcome sign. Yeah, so if you wanted to see how I did that plaid buffalo check look on the letters, I did that in one of my very earlier lives here on Essential Stencil. All right. For today's purposes, I'm just going to use plain coal black. It's just a fusion acrylic furniture paint because I'm a furniture painter. And I will be just using black. You could use any colours you like, but I think because I've done, I'll just let you see, because I've used the black every second letter on my welcome, then I'll just go with that same thing to do the O because I'm changing out the O. Here's the buffalo check that she was talking about, whoever mentioned that before. But yeah, you can do that and go check out my lives, earlier lives. They have them all on the video section right here on Essential Stencils page. To do my stenciling, I'm just going to tie a rubber band around the tip of my Klingon brush so that I can make those long bristles just a bit shorter, and that makes a perfect stencil brush for my round Klingon. It's just a round 14. I just use all sorts of round or oval brushes and do that. Where did you get your small board that thin? I just got it from our local hardware store. So I'm sure Home Depot or somewhere would have them in the USA if you're there. In Australia, I got that from Bunnings. And I just cut them up. So I did actually do the cutting of them, cutting out. Okay, so for my pineapple, I know you could do gorgeous yellow, gold colours, green leaves, all of the things. So Rebecca's asking, are Essential Stencil shipping internationally? No, they've made an announcement on their site that at this point in time, they are unable to ship internationally, which is really sad. I'm so sorry for all my Aussie friends who love to get their stencils, and it's only temporary during this whole pandemic situation because there's been so many difficulties with getting product anywhere. So Elaine said, what kind of brush did I use? I'm using a Klingon. A round Klingon, R14 is the size, but there's all sorts of different sizes. I'm just going to hold my hand on here. I could get my painter's tape out, but it's really a nice flat surface. It's not going to go anywhere. What I've done over here, if you did notice, I've offloaded all that paint that was on my brush. Okay, someone just mentioned that Lowe's has those boards that you can cut. So there you go, whoever was looking for that. All right, just doing a little swirling motion here to get all the paint down in those little pineapple pieces. And this is just one method of stenciling. If you watch any of the other ambassadors, everybody has a different way of stenciling, either with makeup sponges or with a brush or even a roller. So there's lots of different ways you can try. And guys, I always say this, practice makes perfect. So if you're not familiar with stenciling and you want to do a practice first, just do it on a blank piece of paper or cardboard right here. And then you can really it really makes a difference to be able to just practice and make sure that you're not getting any of the paint bleeding underneath. And that's why we do this offloading business every time. Offloading the brush. Cheryl, it keeps going in and out of focus, possibly because of the internet is a bit low, I'm thinking. The upload speed or whatever. Might be in my area. Let's face it, everybody's on the internet today, I think. All right, so here is just really simple, easy way. And if you noticed my welcome sign before, my black letters were just slightly distressed. So I got a little bit of sandpaper and just distressed them slightly. So before I lift it off, you might be able to see here that some of that is a little bit uneven, some of it's really light. You could go over that, wait for it to dry, which it dries super quickly. But if you like, you could do a second coat and just wait for that to dry a bit. But I'm just going to lift that off right now and just show you. There we go, nice crisp lines with no bleeding under, because why? We offloaded. We offloaded the brush as much as we could. Diana, I'm just using an acrylic furniture paint, which is fusion mineral paint, but you can use any acrylic paints that you like for stenciling. Try a few out, see which ones you like the best. So that's how we get nice crisp lines. And I did have a wet cloth here before and it's gone, to just wipe my stencil straight away. That's the best idea. Okay, so there's one of them. So we're making, if you've just joined us, don't forget that we are picking some prize winners for the end of at the end of our live today out of your lovely comments. So join in the conversation. Let us know another way that you would use these icon stencils. There's 12 of them in a pack, you guys. Such great value because, as I said before, you could use these. Here's the different designs. And I went through them all and showed all at the beginning of the live. So if you're just catching us now, grab the replay. And what was I going to say? There's all sorts of things you can do with these. I mentioned before you could create bunting and use these to make a whole bunch of gorgeous decor and bunting decorations for, say, a teacher's classroom or the kids' bedroom or just your home, your living area, using either some black card like this you could create with a nice gorgeous colours popping off that, or a white cardstock that you could create and put into a picture frame. So lots of great ideas. Someone said, what size is the board you're using? I'm just using, well, the stencil sizes themselves, where is it? It said on the packet, 9 inches by 7 inches. So just make your boards the same size as that and you'll be fine. 9 inches by 7 inches. Mine is slightly different, but that's what you want to go for. And obviously the stencil sizes vary. So the pineapple stencil is, shorter this way, longer that way. They're all going to be different, but the actual mylar, which is the plastic of the stencil, is 9 by 7 inches. Kimberly, thanks so much for sprinkling and sharing this live DIY tutorial with all of your DIY friends. That's amazing. Love it. Okay, so there we go. Gorgeous sunshine to represent summertime. Now I did get a little bit of bleeding, so I probably had a little bit too much on my brush. It's sort of around about this top edge here on the inner circle there, so I'm not sure if you can see that. See that little dots there? It's not too noticeable from a distance, so I won't stress out about it. Okay, so this one I've actually drilled some holes in. And let me put that one over here. What will I do for my last one? Well, let's do some snow. We've got sun for summer, we've got pineapple for summer. Let's do a wintry one. So you can change these up every season and just replace the welcome board. Okay, I'll show you how I'm going to attach them in just a minute. Offloading, offloading, offloading. And just little tiny swirling motions, and the less paint you have on the brush, the better. can still get a lot onto the board with just that little bit of paint after offloading. So I've just got a little bit more here, just offload that. Yeah, these are great stencils. They're just a really cute size. You could even do some, you know, like I said before, put them in picture frames, and then you can change out the picture frame every month and put it on your mantle. So there you go, a little snowflake, nice crisp lines because we've offloaded. Someone asked, is it autumn here in Australia? It is. So our winter starts, we just go like the first of the winter month is on the first of that month. So let me see, it's, no, June, July, August. Actually, we're in winter. So we've had our first day of winter. As you can tell, I'm not really dressed for winter. It doesn't get that cold here in Australia. I mean, in Queensland, it doesn't get cold. It never snows here, kind of a little bit like Florida, I suppose, weather-wise. Okay, so there is our welcome sign, and here is our idea, is to replace the O with some of these icons. And the links for the icons are all up there. Use my code IRestoreStuff for your 10% off. So here's how we're going to attach those. I may have to move some things around here because I'm going to have to put a nail in my board. All right, I am going to put my brush, if you're not going to use your brush straight away, but you are going to use it later, which I'm going to do. I'm going to stencil some more of these. Then I'm going to pop that into a plastic bag and wrap that. And so that will stop the brush from drying out. Okay, to drill your hole, first of all we want to see what we're going to attach them with. You could use, there are these little hook things. They would be great to use. If you can see those, you can get those at the store. Tiny little hooks, really cute little things, but guess what guys, I only had one hook. So that's how prepared I was today. I have one hook. So how is that going to help me today? It's not. So what I'm going to do instead is I've just picked up a couple of nails, and I found this one that has quite a wide head on the nail, if you can see that there. So I've gotten 2 nails, and what I had to do was drill my holes so that the nail would fit through. So it just fits through like that. So we're going to nail the nails onto the welcome sign so that we can hang these properly. But ideally, I do like this hook idea. That may work, so you might have to find the right hooks just for that. So that doesn't feel like it's going to go in properly. You may have to get larger ones. So test and try, guys, test and try. So let me see, what should I do first? I might drill some other holes and just show you that process first. So what you want to do is you want to get your drill bit, make sure that is wider than the head of your nail that's right here. You want to just have a little feel and make sure that that is going to be wider so that it fits through. And I had to test that a little bit before. So I've got my drill bit in, and just like this, so they're going to have to be the same size because whenever I pop the nails in, they're going to have to be the same size on here. So what I'm going to do is use this first one as a measurer, as a template. Sure, that's the right words. Okay, so I'm going to use it as a template. I'm going to get my pen here and just mark. Here we go. Yes, Velcro might work too. That's a great idea. We were listening to some great ideas last week. Velcro strips might work too. Anyone else got some great ideas? There were some good ideas coming the other week. Okay, so I'm just going to use this as a template, and I'm marking my drill holes right there. So here's the pineapple one. Does anyone notice one of my boards is a bit wider than the other? But because they're going on one at a time each season, it's not like you're going to compare and be able to tell. So it's all okay. Okay, I've marked my drill holes. Then I just have to drill my bits in. Let me see. So I'm just holding it off the edge of the table here and holding it firmly. I'll stand up for this just to put a bit of extra weight on here. And a little bit closer to the table. I'm just going slowly because I don't want to rip the board, I don't want to break it. Feels like it's hardly even moving. Guys, is this locked in properly? Let's see. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. go. It's a really wide one, so I'm going to... Gosh, everyone cheer. We finally made it. For that thin little board, it's surprising how long that kind of took. You don't want to go too quickly because you don't want to stress out the timber and rip it up. Hopefully I've got the right spot. Yeah, command hooks. Someone's just mentioned command hooks. That might work too. I'm just going to test that again because I think with my other one, so we want to make sure that these nail heads are going to go through. And it looks like they will. Perfect. I'm just going to go through the back side of this. Alrighty. Now to tap my nails in to create the spot. I'll do this one later. I might lay this down so that we can mark our O. Some great ideas coming there in the comments, guys. I hope you're catching those. All right, now here's an idea if you don't want to hit your thumb on the nail. Now again, we're going to have to mark these. Snowflake, around about where the O is. Or do I need to mark them? I'll just pop it in the centre. This was my pliers to act like my fingers so I didn't smash my fingers with the hammer, because that would be great live. Now I don't want to tap it all the way through, but I want to make it so that and the sign hangs. Okay, so there's the first one. Holding that still with the pliers again. Okay, and you could kind of test this out a little bit, just see, make sure you're not going to go through the back of your board. I've actually used this as a double-sided porch sign board. Now this nail is a little bit too close, so we're going to have to, and it's too close to this left-hand side. Just going to tap that across a little bit. I do like that hook idea. If I found another one of those hooks that would just fit perfectly, but definitely have a go at that, changing out your sign. Let me see if my pineapple is going to fit. Oops. So, I might have to, let's just see. Tap it in a little bit more, but you get the idea. Let me just pop these up so you can see. And there, whoops, you can change out. Easy way to change out your O's for your signs. So it actually will fit two on there, I think. So there's your idea. I'd love to see some more ideas in the comments. Let me just see what we've got as far as fun ideas for that project. Hang on a second. And imagine the sports icon one. So if you had, it was football season and you wanted to use the football icon, sports icon, you can do that. Now these also go with that Welcome to My Porch stencil, which I believe is out of stock at the moment, but you can use it for this one. Or a myriad of other fun ideas. Okay, let me just have a little look and see if I can read some of your comments. And I think we'll pick some prize winners while I'm watching. Yes, you could paint on both sides of the panel. That's a fantastic idea. Yes, absolutely. So don't just use that one side, make use of all your sides. So you would only need 6 boards, right, for the 12 different months, 12 different seasons, and you could put your other 6 on the reverse side of this. So perfect idea. Okay, just checking through your comments, see if there's any other questions. What's the size of your board? Someone asked again, and the boards are 9 by 7, same size as those stencils. Well, they're around about, but I would go with 9 by 7 inches. Just writing down some winners' names. Don't mind me. Size of the boards and the letters, yep, I hope you caught that. 9 by 7 is the boards. Patricia says, I wish my stenciling looked this good. Patricia, it's practice. I've just been doing it for years and years and years, so don't forget to offload. That was one of my biggest tips. Sorry guys, just trying to pick some prize winners. You've all got so many fun ideas. Yeah, so to match in my pineapple there for the black letters that I've got elsewhere, I think I will just scuff those up a little bit to just sand it back and give it that distressed look. I love watching your ideas. Thank you, Susan. Thanks, Jennifer. Yep, making it reversible, that's just the way to go, isn't it? So if you missed some of the other ideas as well, earlier you could use these same stencils on some of these kind of ideas, just tearing off a bunch of these, putting your icons on here and creating a whole lot of bunting or a banner for a classroom or for your lounge room or wherever. Yes, and also the entire porch board, that's reversible too. Actually, let me just show you a peek if you haven't seen it already. This is the reverse side, and I did this one on a live as well as my autumn stencil. That was the autumn, and I did some 3D stenciling. Also show you how to do this shadowing on that live as well. So that's, if you go back to the live videos in Essential Stencils, I think they have actual playlists listed by ambassador names, and you can go and check all those out. So there's that. Wow, comments are going fast. Yeah, that's correct. Essential Stencils are not shipping internationally at the moment. Sorry guys, that is just temporary. So we look forward to when this pandemic and shipping issues are all completely behind us. I'm sure we all are. Okie dokie. All right guys, so I've got 3 winners today. I hope you enjoyed that fun idea. And like I said, yep, there we go. I'll put my holes, drill my holes in again. That did take some time. I don't know why it took so long for all the different ideas. If you missed all 12 of them, I showed you at the beginning of the live. So check the replay, go back and check that out. And I wanted to also just remind you that if you haven't yet joined the Stencil of the Month Club, did you see the fun designs they've got for 4th of July? This month. Amazing, beautiful. So can't wait to see some of those projects in the Stencil of the Month Club. You'll get $5 off your first month if you haven't joined already, if you use my code IRestoreStuff. And also any of the stencils that you purchase from Essential Stencils using my links, you get 10% off. So that's amazing. All right, our winners today. We've got Meredith Warner. Meredith, you're a winner. And Ursula Jackson, you're a winner. Teresa Bennett. There are 3 winners today. So if you could contact Essential Stencil at support@essentialstencil.com and send them your details, let them know you were a winner on Sharon's live today. So, and they will send you out something very special, which is very generous of them. I love that Essential Stencil do that every time we go live. It's amazing. Lawanda has been here since way back when I did that autumn board stenciling, so that's awesome. Okay guys, so that's it for today. I thank you so much for joining me, and we'll have another fun live again next week. Don't forget to follow me over at I Restore Stuff on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I've got lots of DIY tutorials there. Go check them out, and I'll say hello to you over there on my page. Bye.